All right, let's get started. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the episode of Connecting with Kaley Chu. This is episode number 35. And for those who haven't met me before, my name is Sam Lee. I'm the founder of Connecting with Confidence Academy, and I'll be the interviewer interviewing Kaley. So how you been, Kaley?
Really good. Thanks for asking. I'm excited. I haven't been on a Facebook Live interview for a while now, so this is cool. Hi, everyone.
That's good. Getting yourself out of your comfort zone is good. Sometimes it's just you just need to wing it. But yeah, it's cool. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. So yeah, Kaley, tell me. So what do you have plans for over the weekend?
Over the weekend, the last one, plans for the weekend, so coming one.
Yeah.
I've got Tony Robbins, Unleash Your Power Within, so that should be my whole weekend.
Oh, interesting.
Continuous learning, but otherwise, usually weekends I have events and family stuff. That's my usual weekends.
Cool, sounds good. Tony Robbins. So is that like ongoing? Like, is this ongoing for you or?
No, Tony Robbins, they have this Unleash Your Power Within once a year, and then I just do it once a year, like a motivational boost.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
That's something I want to go into later on, but it sounds interesting. So how many times have you been through Tony Robbins event?
I've done his events, maybe I've done this Unleash Your Power Within. This is the third time. I've done Dates with Destiny twice. I've done business mastery and some little courses. I'm like a self-development junkie. I just love learning and growing and learning from other people.
Well said. Nice. That's good. Yeah, I actually remember that you actually talked about Tony Robbins before, so in the event. So I guess it's really cool. So it's on Zoom, right?
Yes, it's on Zoom, but it's like a 5,000 people event. So it's not just a little Zoom room, but a crazy massive setup with people jumping and dancing around and, serious setup.
Interesting. Nice. So happy for you. I actually want to give it a go sometime soon. So it's cool.
Why? What do you mean by give it a go? Just join us tomorrow.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I actually need to prioritize everything. Yeah. So Kaley, tell me a bit about yourself. Like, what's your hobbies and your passions?
My hobbies. That's an interesting question. My very recent hobbies is the Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube. Nice.
But then I do different things all the time. This has only started like a month ago, and then I'm just, well, first of all, we're in lockdown, so there's not a lot of things that we can do. Yeah. I know that this coming summer, I want to do water skiing. I've never done it before, but that's something I want to do. But otherwise, I don't know. I just like to try new things all the time. And if you ask me if something interesting, like a new special hobby, if you can call it a hobby, it's just there. Lunch with strangers. That's my unique hobby, that I just have lunch with a stranger every day for the last maybe 3.5 years, which I love.
Wow, very cool. So you already touched base what I want to ask you later on, but it's cool you already answered. That's cool. Water skiing. So the Rubik's Cube. Tell me why you like to play around with the Rubik's Cube.
Something that you can do at home, something that's a little bit challenging, something fun, something that's, just cool to be able to just pick up a cube and solve it in a minute and, and help with my brain, maybe. I don't know, just something fun, little hobby that I picked up recently. But I'm not going to do Rubik's Cube forever. It's just something fun to do during this lockdown, that's all.
Yeah, you sound very like addicted to it in a way. Rubik's Cube, and I actually see on Facebook putting on your social media, which is cool.
But that's me. Like, whenever I try something, like, I can't do moderation. Like, I'm either not interested or I'm obsessed with it. I can't do it in the middle. So when I'm obsessed with Rubik's Cube, I just spend my days and nights solving cubes within reason, of course. And then I'll change to something else, and I change to something else.
That's cool. Keep yourself busy. So how's Melbourne at the moment? So you're in Melbourne now, right? So how's the lockdown going?
I don't know. We're so used to Melbourne now. This is the 6th lockdown. I think we celebrated. Let me quote it. Celebrated our 200th day of lockdown, I think 2 weeks ago. So it is not fantastic, but we're kind of used to it now. What can I say?
That's cool. So yeah, I guess you need a piece of feed for it. And then in our end, like Sydney, I think we'll have an early mark, I guess. It's supposed to be October 18th. Now they're pushing it to October 11th, which is cool. Another 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And my birthday is just before the October 10th, so I'm looking forward to
Well, you can have a
doing something
party
for
on
my
the
birthday.
11th.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a
Belated
busy
one.
day.
Yeah, belated one, which is cool.
Hmm.
So what else do you like doing? Like you mentioned water skiing, Rubik's Cube, anything else? 100 lunches with strangers, and what else?
I'm a mum. I've got 2 kids. They're 5 and 7. So I do a lot of kids stuff now, going kids activities, kids play center, kids concerts. I don't know. Yeah, family time is important for me, and just have fun as a kid.
That's very cool. I guess this kind of career that you have is fits in well with your time schedule with your kids, so you can do it whenever you want, which is really cool.
Sort of, yeah. I do a lot of evenings meetings and evening events, so sort of, yeah. During the day, I'm very flexible. Evenings are my busiest time, but yes.
That's really cool. No worries. So yeah, so that brings me to this question. So how did 100 Lunches with Strangers form? What's the story behind it? How did you get to started? How did you have the idea? And yeah, tell me a bit about what you do.
Once upon a time, this Kaley Chu who can't stop talking in the last 10 minutes or so was shy. I know people keep telling me I can't believe it, but it was true. As my older friends, I don't talk. I can go to meetings and be like no talking for 2 hours straight. And going to Subway to order sandwich is like the scariest thing ever. So because I was so shy, I thought I have to get out of my comfort zone and do something, because I can't live like that for very long. I just reached my breaking point. I go, nah, something's got to change. And then I decided to have lunch with strangers so that I can start talking. But now I can't stop talking. That's why I still need the food in front of me so that I can listen while I'm eating. Yeah.
Really cool. Nice. So that's your idea. And you mentioned strangers, right? It must be very daunting at first when you talk to them, right? Do you feel nervous or shy in a way, or not really? It's just natural.
Of course, I was so scared when I first started. I could not talk to people. In particular, people that's non-Asian background, not racist. Trust me, not racist. Nothing. It's just purely comfort zone thing. I was just scared of talking to Australians and feared being judged or something. But then, it gets easier.
That's very cool. I actually want to order one of your books just to check it out later on. Maybe they can send me a paperback copy soon, and I'll have a look at it for you. So and yeah, cool. How did you find out, like, how did you make the name for your book, 100 Strangers, 100 Lunch? Why does it be 100? Why can't it be 50? Why can't it be 1,000? Why can't it be 200?
That's my journey. In 2018, I decided that that's my New Year resolution. That's how I invited strangers out for lunch. I want to have 100 lunches with 100 strangers, and that's my story. It took me almost 1 year, 11 months. So it took me 11 months to finish all the lunches, and after that, I didn't even plan to write a book. But then, because I had so much to share, then I write so much, and I accidentally wrote a book, and that's how I published it. And this is just what I have done, 100 lunches with strangers, but it's way more than 100 now. It's more like 350 or something.
Wow. Do you have a milestone to set?
Yes, but the milestone is no longer about how many lunches I've got, because that basically means how much time I've spent.
Yeah.
It's more about how many other people doing 100 lunches. I know there are many other people doing like more than 100 lunches as well, and they started their own journey, and watching the transformation, it's just wonderful to see.
That's really cool. And do you have a structure when you meet someone new? Do you have a structure when you meet strangers? Like,
No.
is it or it's just going with the flow?
Not really. I always start with each lunch with thank you so much for having lunch with me, and that's it.
Right.
And then the rest, just listen and see what they're interested in, and talk whatever they're interested to talk about. That's where the best conversation comes.
Cool. Nice. No worries. And and what kind of genre is your book? What is it fall under?
Self-help.
Self-help. Cool. Yeah. No worries. I actually published 2 self-help too. I guess non-fiction self-help book, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unless you show it off. Where is it? Do I have one here? Yeah, I actually have one here. Awesome. Ta-da!
Nice.
I'm very proud of my book.
Looks really cool. How many pages in there?
I don't know, 200 something with
200
a matching bookmark as well.
Nice. Interesting. Nice. And how long did it take you to write that book?
How long? Not very long. Because it's a real story, and I don't need to plot the character or plot the storyline or anything. It's just my story. So I remember I finished my 100th lunch with strangers on the 1st of December, and then I started writing my story. I think it took me the whole Christmas break, and then somewhere in mid-January I finished writing the manuscript. So maybe a month and a half for the writing. But then after that you have to do the design of the book and editing and publishing, getting the ISBN, all those little things that you need to do. Then organizing the book launch party. The book launch party was in June, so everything all up was about 7 months. And now I'm launching a book launch. No, publish your first book before Christmas workshop if anyone's interested.
That's really cool. Nice. And did you say you did it last year, the book?
2019, so 2 years ago.
Okay, cool, nice. And then ever since, well, how has it taken off for you?
Much better than I thought.
Yeah, tell me about it. So how did it
since I published the book, people started to invite me to share my story, and then I got invited on big stages, sharing stage with some amazing people, which I'm forever grateful for. On the TEDx stage, on Pause Fest and things like that, and I got media attention as well from Herald Sun, Sydney Morning Herald, and The Age, ABC News, and like no one will expect that.
Wow.
If you asked me like a few years ago, I think like this sounds crazy, but yes, it happened. So it's good. And then now, since then, a lot of people approach me and ask me how you do what you do. I used to tell people just do it, but then I realized that's not a good answer, so I started to coach people.
Congratulations on that. It's a good achievement to get in terms of media attention. So so tell me about your first media experience. Do you feel nervous or anything like that? Do you feel any nerves?
Very similar to what we're doing. It's not really nervous because the first one was The Age newspaper, and they just gave me a phone call. I think a friend of mine from LinkedIn recommended or introduced me to The Age editor, and then he sent me a message saying, hey, the editor will give you a call and have a chat with you. Maybe they will feature you or something. And then the editor gave me a call, and then we had a chat on the phone. And then at the end of the phone call, he said, you know what, I like this story. We'll be publishing it in about like 2-3 weeks. I'm like, what? I thought we were supposed to do, an interview. Like that was just a preliminary, I don't know how to pronounce that word, like just a quick call, quick chat. But turns out that itself is an interview. And then he wrote up a big article about it and asked me for photos after, and then they just published it. So I didn't even know I've got the interview. That was the first time.
Great job. And how was the experience once they published it? Did you
get a lot of phone calls and messages from your friends like, hey, I see you on The Age, what's happening?
Nice. Good
and
job.
Then it was great. It was fun journey.
That's cool. So did you buy like 10 copies of the paper? So I
think I got maybe 3 somewhere in the garage, some storage.
And how did that feel? How did the excitement feel?
It doesn't last very long, but it's a fun journey. But the beauty about those is just like they're more like a stepping stone, one lead to another one, and then because one you get on one newspaper, then other journalists will read other newspapers and they will go, oh, that's an interesting story. Then people start to contact me more and ask me for more interviews and stuff. So that's just wonderful journey.
Great job. Very smooth journey you have. I like that. Not much.
Very lucky. No, not at all. Not much ups and downs. I think I'm just lucky with a lot of people's help.
I can tell, which is cool. And tell me about TEDx. That's very interesting. So tell me about your experience at TEDx.
Oh, I love that. That was like the best experience ever, because even before TEDx I've been like a full-time public speaker for a while by that stage, so I've done many speeches before then, so it's not that scary for me. But because Okay, that's how I feel as a public speaker. Most people who pay me are like from corporates, like, you know, those annual dinner and stuff. And I must say, half of the people there, they are just being forced to be there. Maybe, I don't know. They like pay half attention.
Yeah.
You have to try hard to grab their attention. That's what I'm talking about. But TEDx, because everyone there really want to be there and hear what you want to say. I think they pay $100 for tickets or something.
Oh, really?
So they all super attentive. They really want to be there. And the atmosphere was just amazing. They've so fully pay full attention to you. No one's talking during the whole speech. And then you feel so much connected to them. Like there are people crying when I'm sharing, and then people laughing a lot more than usual, because they feel so connected with you, and I feel so connected with them. The energy there was just amazing. Like that was still by far the best speech, not best speech, like the best experience in terms of speaking I've ever done.
Yeah, it's a great achievement to have, and I congratulate you on that, which is good. I commend you on getting on the comfort zone. It's something that I wanted to try as well. So how did you get to? Is it a friend referral that you got into TEDx, or did you apply for it? Or
Good question. Easy. Okay. For most people, that experience will require you to go to TEDx website, you nominate yourself or get your friend to nominate you, and you go through all the audition process, tell people what you want to share, etc. But for me, because look at this, 100 lunches with strangers, I somehow accidentally, without me knowing, I had lunch with a TEDx organizer. He followed my journey from the very beginning, because he was one of the first 100 strangers. And then he saw me building my confidence. He saw how, you know, what I've done afterwards, were there for my book launch and stuff. And he just invited me, go, hey, I think you've got a story that's worth sharing. And then he just, you know.
great job.
Yeah, got me on the stage without going through all those process.
Nice. It looks like fast track for you, which is good.
Just like most things in life, if you know that someone, you know, doesn't matter what you want to do, someone out there got a faster solution for you. Just go out and meet more strangers. That's the main takeaway. Go out and meet more strangers.
Cool. Nice. And where do you normally take your strangers for? Do you have lunch? Do you really have lunch, or do you have coffee, or?
I really have lunch. Okay, I'll show you the photo in the book.
Yeah.
So
Whoa.
look, I actually have a face-to-face lunch with my 100 strangers and eat with them. But now with the COVID and lockdown, it's much harder. That's why we do like virtual lunches, Zoom lunches, and things like that. But
and do you normally recommend the type of lunch you have, or is it like a
variety is the spice of life? You know, try everything, try different things. Get your lunch guest to order it for you. Get your lunch guest to pick a restaurant that you've never been to. While you're trying things anyway, why not?
And what's your favorite? What's your favorite cuisine?
I've got a few restaurants that I like to go. My favorite is the Japanese one.
Likewise, nice.
Yeah.
Japanese, cool. Anything else?
I like everything.
That's cool. Not picky.
Mm.
That's great. So it comes down to second last question. Tell me your secret behind in building trust with people. Like, say for example, you're meeting a stranger. How do you build rapport with them? How do you socialize with them? What's some good tips they can share with the audience that you can give in terms of communicating effectively with people?
Just treat them as a friend. If you treat them as a stranger, put your guard up, they're going to put their guards up as well. If you just be open, be authentic, be real. If they ask you any question, just give the real, honest answer with no filter, nothing. Very quickly, you're going to build a rapport. They're going to like you because they can connect with you on a deeper level. And also, more importantly, listen. Of course, listening is important. Yeah.
Cool. So I got something from you just then. Be authentic, I guess. Be genuine, be authentic, and I guess what you said, put your guard down, which is really cool. Oh, it's got good things. Nice. And yeah, that's cool. So what do you have? Do you have any plans when lockdowns finish?
Yes, I've got a very busy month planned. I'm not sure if I can show you this, but I don't care. There you go. This is my October calendar, event calendar. I think I've got 21 events planned in 1 month. So that's going to be a busy month. I run lots of events and helping people to do different things like setting up your vision board, negotiation, how to negotiate effectively, how to get out of your comfort zone, how to do public speaking, how to build your confidence, and all those different workshops that I run. And also I take one-on-one coaching clients as well. So life is not ever bored anymore.
That's cool. And do you have any holiday plans coming up? Like when
can plan for holidays now. I got this glamping trip that I booked and I rescheduled 3 times. It was just an hour away from home with a lovely tent with my family, and it got rescheduled 3 times. We'll see. For now, if I can get out for more than 5K, I'm happy.
Yeah, same here. This is they restricted us in Sydney for the curfew, but I guess it's better now. So they unrestricted it, and then looking forward to go like traveling in the travel bubble, hopefully, instead of being in jail at home. So yeah. So cool. So Kelly, that brings me to the last question. How do we find out more about you? How can the readers how do the viewers connect with you? Are you on your, what's the website and what's the social media accounts?
Let's see if I can show. Yeah, ta-da, KaleyChu.com, or just search my name, Kaley Chu, anywhere, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, I'm everywhere. And send me a message if you want to talk. I'm happy to have lunch. And if you go to my Facebook, on the bio, that's let's catch up for lunch link. That's my calendar link. Just book a lunch with me. I'm open and have lunch with everybody.
Right, nice and simple, very straight to the point. I like it. Great job.
Thank you.
Cool. No worries. So that brings me to a close to the interview. It wasn't that hard, right? It was very easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yes, thank you.
No worries. Yeah. So viewers, you know how to connect with Kaley Chu. Check her book out. Connect with her for her website and her social media accounts. She's very active with it. And have a great lunch with her if you decide to do a virtual lunch with her. Otherwise, book a real one when the lockdown finishes.
Thank you. Or get a copy of my book in the same website, KaleyChu.com. And looking forward to having lunch with you.
Sounds good. No worries then. Well, it's Kaley, nice talking to you, and hopefully talk to you in the near future.
Thank you. Of course, stay in touch and talk to you soon. Bye.
No worries. Bye.